We have all felt it. The buzzing in our ears, the sense that life is overwhelming and too busy. There is something that is needed more and more as our culture continues to demand constant work: solitude. Beginning a few years ago, I began to realize how intensely introverted I am. I struggled in social situations. I didn't always like going out with friends, and I preferred deep intellectual conversations rather than talking about the weather. I began to spend more conscious time alone and loved it. Everyone can benefit from solitude. It is necessary to spend time alone, and it doesn't matter what your personality is or your commitments are. Everybody needs time alone. There are many reasons for why this is so important. The editor at large of Psychology Today states solitude as being the state of being alone without being lonely. It is a positive and constructive state of being alone. There are many ways that culture is becoming increasingly demanding. When we are supposed to be so busy, it can get overwhelming very easily. Solitude helps us to take a step back and reflect. Solitude can benefit our social life. We can get to know ourselves and form our identities as sons and daughters of Christ solidly within solitude. Once we know ourselves, we are able to make better choices of who we are around and who we choose our friends to be. We can also be more attentive in our relationships. We can focus on them more than us, and we can listen better and serve them well. We also quite often become more appreciative of the relationships that we do have after spending time in solitude. It helps increase our gratitude. And this is not just for relationships, but it's also for life in general. Solitude is also a necessary part of a healthy spiritual life. Pastor Mark Buchanan even lists solitude as a holy habit. When we spend planned time in solitude for spiritual awakening, we begin to see ourselves shrink. Jesus becomes more, and the Holy Spirit can guide us when we are fully attentive to His calling. We are able to listen more fully and be more aware. We become aware of ourselves and our own life, but we also become more aware of the needs of others when we spend time reflecting. Also, Jesus spent much time in solitude. He never complained of having too much work because he knew how important a balanced life really is. If you are wanting to begin this time in solitude, there are many ways to help you get started. Psychologist Sherry Carter says that solitude is an essential place to create, produce, problem solve, and pray. For some more ideas, let us take a look at this video completed by artist and poet Andrea Dorfman.
If you are, at first, lonely, be patient. If you've not been alone much, or if when you were, you weren't okay with it, then just wait. You'll find it's fine to be alone once you're embracing it. We could start with the acceptable places: the bathroom, the coffee shop, the library, where you can stall and read the paper, where you can get your caffeine fix and sit and stay there, where you can browse the stacks and smell the books. You're not supposed to talk much anyway, so it's safe there. There's also the gym. If you're shy, you can hang out with yourself in mirrors. You can put headphones in. And there's public transportation, because we all gotta go places. And there's prayer and meditation. No one will think less if you're hanging with your breath, seeking peace and salvation. Start simple. Things you may have previously avoided based on your lunch again.
Those are some very simple, basic ways of how we can spend time alone. If you're interested in looking at the rest of this video, it's a little long to include all of it in my speech today. You can look it up on youtube.com and just type in the search, How to Be Alone. Once again, the artist and poet's name is Andrea Dorfman. As you can see, spending time alone is not only crucial, but it can also be fun. Spending time alone is necessary because of cultural demands. It also greatly benefits our social and spiritual lives. So now go. Enjoy your time in quiet, reflecting, praying, and enjoying life. Enjoy the ride.